I found these Genesis G70 shooting brakes parked here in the random parking lot. I pulled out my camera real quick to capture in person. I had to pull my video out. Of course, I just cannot miss this. Probably today will be the first and last day that I actually see these many Genesis G70 shooting brakes in person. So all of them here have the same wheel. Right here, it's a 225/40/19. And oh God, look at this. They have a black Brembo. That's neat. As it always has been, the beautiful white interior. I love bright interiors. I mean, who doesn't when it comes to the looks, right? This truly is like the blacked out version. So blacked out wheels, calipers, and of course with the red point right there, Brembo, somewhat tinted, looking like headlights. That's always been there. So just imagine throwing on a black tint all around, and I would definitely matte out the chrome parts if I were to go full black on this shooting brake. If I'm not wrong, this might be the Hallasan green that was first introduced on Genesis G90, the RS4 fully changed model. I'm not so sure if that is that, but this definitely looks some different greenish from the one over there. Here, right? So this one right here definitely is different from that one. I'm pretty sure this is the Hallasan green. I gotta look up my cheat sheet for this name right here. The good old red color, Melbourne red, I believe. And I don't see a Tasman blue. That is one of my favorite color by far. I absolutely love that color on Genesis G80 when it was first introduced. They are doing great job with these matte colors. Absolutely love it. Aren't they just gorgeous? And of course, don't ever never forget about the white, the Atlas white. That might be the name for Hyundai. I'm standing right in front of this car, and there is it's a little hard to tell if it's just a G70 or not. There is no mistake when it comes to the rear, right? The diffuser looks the good Genesis identity, and also the reverse light. It's a good looking design with what they already had. And also one of the best part that I want to point out is definitely the third brake light right there, where they have implemented the Genesis shield tip identity right there. So when these lights up, you can definitely see from far out that the third brake light is on. Yep. You gotta have the rear wiper, and that's a great job, especially from the design of a hatchback. That is a known issue. It's bound to happen for the hatchbacks because of the way the vortex is created back of the car. All the dust is gonna get collected on the rear window. Rear wiper, great job. Some people don't like the fact that the reverse lights are located, it's literally right next to the exhaust tips. So some people don't like the way it sits so low to the ground, but well, that's to meet all the regulations around the globe, as well as the good dotted line. So it also shows to the pedestrians, people walking by, that the car is going to reverse. And the functional rear diffuser. And just look at this. Probably this is like the best view that I can get out of this Genesis shooting brake right here, because just look at the way the rears are sitting. This is truly gorgeous. Once again, a little bit of a shame that this probably is like the brightest color that we are going to see from Genesis G70 shooting brake, at least what's going to be introduced here in Korea. So these are all the colors of Genesis G70 that we have here. People rather choose an SUV over a wagon if they're debating between a sedan. The car's nature being, definitely the wagon would sit right between a sedan and SUV, right? But here in Korea, people would just go with a SUV, or if they have to, they would just bargain with a bigger size sedan. One of the big thing has to be that people just don't like the design, the way, the ratio, the proportion of the wagon looks have to do. I know if you're watching this from Europe, you probably are thinking like, what is this guy talking about? But that's at least how it is here in Korea. I hope you guys like the short clip of this video. I did my best I could do. So let me show you the interior that I could not. This is the inside of Genesis G70 shooting brake. The door, So sitting inside the cockpit of G70, it just feels like a regular G70 sedan. Of course, that's until you turn around and look back and check out that rear view mirror right there. So even the feel to it, honestly, driving, sitting inside this car, it doesn't feel all that much different. But what's shown on the side mirrors, like so. But except for that, it doesn't look or feel all that much different. Probably I gotta test drive this to show you what it feels like, which I will do as soon as it becomes possible. So these defrosters, the buttons here, the levers, same thing as good old Genesis that we know of. Very direct and intuitive. The gear selector that I love, that I absolutely love, like so, and the charging ports underneath as well. The glove box is locked. Honestly, inside the car, it doesn't look all that much different at all. So it will definitely come down to the drive. So stay tuned for that. And let me capture you the C-pillar, which is the most different thing from that of a regular sedan G70, and this look. So don't forget to subscribe and like CarSceneKorea if you did, and I'll come back with test drive on this car. Look at the spoiler. This is something that I forgot to capture and managed to capture. I absolutely love the spoiler, and also the third brake light that we saw on Genesis X Concept. Also, there's a video on that one right here, so go check that out. I've shown you all the colors of the Genesis G70 Shooting Brake. Tell me in the comment below which one is your favorite. There's also a whole bunch of a video about this on Motorshow here in Busan, so go check that video out right there too. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video, for real.